Hello guys. So today is our fifth web project of our web programming sessions. Today's web project is Pagination. So my scenario is like this. I have an admin page just like my other projects, because in this project also we are going to build a database record table. So viewing a database table in a web page is an admin privilege as per my scenario. So I have used sessions like always, and I have restricted public web users from going through my web page admin portal. So let's see the design first in my sign in PHP. You can see it's responsive. And if I type index PHP here, you can see I will be redirected to the sign in PHP again, as the session keeps blocking me since I am still a public web user and not signed in as an admin. And here I have the validations. You can see this small chase function I gave here, just like in my previous projects. And now I'm signed in. So let's check the code. You can see I have given font face options here to get various type of font styles to my page, like this. And this is my style CSS, which have my design codes for the elements. And these are my media queries. I have used these to give responsive state to small elements in my web page. And this is my sign in PHP. Here you can see the sessions I gave here. This code is almost the same as my previous projects. And the small function telling the pattern of the password to the admin. And this is the Ajax function I gave for the sign in PHP. I have called the values here and sent them to sign in process PHP. And in the sign in process PHP, here you can see I have given some validations. And this is my password pattern. And here I have called the details from the table of database. And I fetch the result to an associative array and assign those values to the session ID and session name, which helps me to recognize the admin who signed in. I have explained how this admin changing and how this session helps to recognize admin in my previous videos. Now let's move on to the index PHP. So this is my index PHP. As for the design, you can see it's responsive. And let's see what is pagination. Pagination is a process of splitting the contents of a website or section of contents from a website into discrete pages. It is prevalent in web design and appearing in most web applications to allow direct access to divided contents across a number of different pages. So in this project of pagination, we have a table called from the database, and I have limited the database data rows to 4 in one page. Since I have many data in my database, I need to have paginations to show all the contents of my table from the database. So in here, you can see it like this. I have a next function and the previous function. And if I click the page numbers, you can see the page is changed. So this is what is pagination is used. And now let's see the index PHP to check how this code is going on. And this is my session. I have given the admin name with the help of session in here. You can see it like this. As I am signed in as an admin, my name appears here. And let's check the codes. So this is the div that my table is loading on with the help of Ajax. And this is the function I have given in the PHP to get the buttons. First of all, I have given a previous button with onClick priv function, and after this PHP codes, I have given a next function. And let's check the middle pages buttons. So in here, I have called all the details of the user with the help of search query from the database. And as you can see here, I have assigned them the result set and counted the number of rows from the database and assigned it to the variable n here. Since my table only contains 4 rows per page, I have divided the number of rows with number 4 and assigned it to variable a. So when collecting the number of rows, if our database doesn't have the particular requirement equally dividing to that certain data row count we want, when we divide this number of rows, we might get a decimal value. And having a decimal value here results a big fatal error in the JS function as well and in the PHP as well. So I have rounded up this variable a value into the upper integer and assigned it to the variable s here. So my for loop runs with this variable s. And here I have given a variable, a global variable, and assigned the value 0 here. So in this for loop, I have assigned the variable x to variable y and assigned the variable z the value like this, adding 1 to this variable y. So I'll explain why is it. In here you can see I have given a PHP echo code here, and that is how I got my page number like this 1, 2, 3, 4. To get this, since I have assigned 0 to the variable x, I need to assign this value to some other variable and add 1 to obtain this page number. And in here, for this onClick m function, I need to give the parameter to get my function done in the script.js for the Ajax codes. So I have obtained this variable b here and assigned it in the variable c, and here I have given a PHP echo c for this parameter. Before finishing this loop, every time variable b is reassigned with variable b plus 4. So that matches what is my parameter is changing into. Since my table only contains 4 data rows, I need to give 4 by 4 parameters to my buttons. So I have obtained that with the help of this variable, and every time this for loop is starting again and again, the last reassigned variable b is again assigned to variable c. Let's say it like this. In the first time, b is 0 and c is 0 as well. Before ending the first time, b is reassigned with 0 plus 4, making it 4. And for the second cycle of this 4, c is reassigned with the value 4. So it's like this. And let's see the next and previous functions in our JS. In here, I have given a global variable as well and assigned 0 to it. And for the next function, I have reassigned the variable v with the value of v plus 4. Same as the previous reason, to limit the number of rows. And I have given the variable v value as the parameter here for the next function. And in the function previous, I have a do while loop to restrict the previous button going over the 0 to the negative integers. I have reassigned the value of v with reducing 4 from every v and gave that parameter to the m function. And this do loop will go on till variable v value is above 0. So you can say it like this. If I click the previous again, you won't see a 0 or any table above the ID number 1 of the first record. I haven't restricted the next button because restricting the next button is not suitable for database pagination. And in here, 15th record is the end of my database, so I have given a notice to the admin telling him that this is the end of the database records and no more records are there again. If I don't restrict the previous and click it, going over to the negative side, and table will appear like this as well, and it's not needed, so I have restricted it. And let's go to the Ajax function, which contains the function m, and this is the function m. In here I have got the values and sent it to search PHP with the method get, and the sent value is the parameter I have given in my index PHP. Let's go to the search PHP. In search PHP, you can see I have got the value and assigned it to variable z, and now I have given a function like this here. I have assigned variable y with the value variable z plus 4, and this is the variable I have given to limit the table rows. you can see it like this. In my database search query, you can see I have given a limit operation here. In this MySQL operation, I need to give two values here telling on where to start and where to end. And my start is variable z, which is the value I get from the index.php, and the end is variable y, which I have added 4 records to the variable z. I can see 4 records in my table. I have given the table here, and now it's the if function. I have given an if function like this. First of all, let's check why I have given this if function. Let's remove this if function first. And check the design. You can see here there is an error. Trying to access array offset on value of type null in this search PHP line 28. So why is this coming like this? It's because we have fetched the results 4 times in this loop. You can see it like this. Here I have given this for loop run 4 times. So when running, if our table doesn't have enough rows for the last page and that for loop keeps fetching records from the database, but the database doesn't have records to fetch, this will give this error. You can see the null value is there. And to prevent this error, I have used this error handling method with the help of an if function. So in this if function, since I need 4 rows in my table, I have given an if function like this. If my search query results say number of rows are less than number 4, which means there's not enough rows in my database to run the previous code for the for loop. And if the number of rows is less than 4, I have told the for loop to get the number of rows instead of 4 and run the code like this. Here in this, you can see I have fetched the results and assigned it to an associative array and fetch result from that associative array to the table data rows. And here in my if function, you can see I have given a paragraph like this, and that is the paragraph I have used to inform the admin about the end of records in the database. So now, let's check how dynamic my buttons are here for the paginations. This is my database and I'll randomly add some data. So in this database table, I have 19 records. I haven't used a relational database here as I need to add data to this table graphically to show you how this dynamic page numbers are going on. So you can upgrade this to an relational database, normalizing this database. And now let's reload the page. Here you can see another page number is added. And the records I added now are in the table as well. Another page is added. So that's how my dynamic page numbers are working, and the page numbers will be added to the corresponding number of rows according to my code. So that's all for my pagination project, and let's sign out. So for this sign out, I have this remove PHP, and I have choose to destroy the session here, deleting all the records contents in this session. So I'm signing out, and I will be redirected to the sign in PHP. So that's all for this project. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.